Hi there, Capricorn. Thank you so very much for your patience with this reading. I hope you're all doing well. Let's get right into it. And right, of course, it's your mid-August reading, okay, roughly pertaining to the 15th to the 31st of the month. Of course, though energy is fluid, it may permeate a little before the 15th, a little after the 31st. As I'm saying it, Capricorn, I'm feeling this stiffness in my right thumb, speaking to dexterity. Okay, so take it as you will. But Capricorn, I'm hearing for you perforated line, something to do with seamlessness as well, seamlessness of boundaries, borders. Okay, ooh, I'm getting see-through as well. Ten of Cups coming right out for you here. A number of signs have been getting the Ten of Cups. Taurus, Sagittarius, I believe, Libra, and perhaps Cancer. Okay, so very I'm getting communicative of the emotions, okay, but in a way where it's in a state of preparation, okay, a preparation for this communication of emotions, this communication, this discourse, this going back and forth of very two different perspectives, two dimensions, okay, of the same sort of perspective, grander perspective, greater sort of experience. So it's almost like this. It's almost like this. Two people. Imagine two people who um, who go off, okay, on separate journeys, okay, to go travel the world, right? They're both going to go travel the world. They're both going to go travel to wherever it is that they're headed, okay, that is independently discerned. Okay, I'm getting a very independent sort of process of understanding of the greater process. I'm getting of travel specifically. And it's almost like, right, you both agree, okay, we're both going to be gone for 7 months, 7 years, whatever it may be, and then we're going to come back together, and then we're going to share, and we're going to exchange our stories and our experiences, and we're going to see where that takes us, okay, and so there is this coming together, this preparation for this coming together, this premonition for this coming together, perhaps on an energetic level, on a spiritual level, but greatly on an emotional level. But I'm getting that communication plays a role, as well as I'm hearing transfer, okay, movement, translocation. It may be pertaining to a Cancer, a Pisces, or a Gemini, all right, or one who has these energies strongly placed in their chart, and or it may be pertaining to a situation, a matter, an individual, okay, partnership specifically, as I'm getting it for you, that pertains to matters of emotional, I'm hearing revival, emotional, there's a specific word, somewhat of like an emotional release, Capricorn. Okay, whatever this individual represents for you, it's almost like uh, your solace. Okay, your solace in the solitude. So where you feel, or where you may have felt that there's this quietness. I'm hearing this humble abode. Okay, that's all of your own. I'm hearing all your own. Again, very independent. You've known that there was this coming together. You've known that there was this connection that binds you to in this. I'm hearing for a number of you this force of waves, but also in this quiet, expansive space. So through time and space, it seems that there is this connection. Okay, and I'm getting us focused on this red thread that came through. Was it for Taurus? We're seeing this almost this electric ribbon, okay, of energy, and it's almost like a red thread on the Eight of Wands that underpins this Lovers in reverse and mirrors this Hanged Man. So it's almost like whatever this dynamic is, it's hanging, okay, by the remembrance, the thread of the passion that you both hold, that you've held, that is all you see. That is all you see. And I'm getting this focus on the color red for you. This focus on red. And we have it as well here, binding these three swords on the three of swords in your deep past. So there's a recognition that I'm getting that you knew that this would happen. There was an understanding, there was a clarity of decision, okay, of discernment that whatever this binding, perhaps even contract, right, may have been. I'm hearing transference. You understood that it, as far as it took you from one another, right, it similarly bound you, okay, just as much. And there's this mysteriousness, okay, to what connects you as well. But there's no hiding, okay, the passion that keeps the connection alive. That keeps the connection alive. And it's almost like you feed each other. You feed each other this energy. You feed this information to each other through the ley lines. I'm getting through the ley lines, energetic sort of grid work, okay? So, and then this may be, I'm hearing higher realms, spirituality, but there's something very, 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 very complex and yet simple. There's a pattern to the forces that you're working with, and what they create for you is almost cyclical. Okay, and you understand that and you get it. And so there is a chaos and there is at the same time a harmony, okay, to whatever this connection is that you share. And you both, what I'm getting is that you both kind of separated, okay, in terms of your, I'm hearing your value proposition, like, okay, I'm going to go get this degree. You're going to go get that degree so that we can come together and then, right, we can, or you're going to go, right, explore this part of the world and I'm going to explore that part of the world. I'm going to move by boat. You're going to move by plane, right? Who knows, right? Or walking, whatever it may be. And we're going to come back together with these two very specialized sort of ways, okay, of experiencing the same sort of thing that will enrich our coming together. All right. Now, but there is a focus on, I'm hearing the infiltration of passion, okay, that keep the lines alive, buzzing. So, spiritual connection, very strong as I'm getting it for you. If this is you and another individual, for a number of you, I'm getting that. Okay, and it may be pertaining to dream work, dream life, in the dream state, deep hypnosis, deep hypnotic state. But there is, yet again, right, this focus on the red. And if we look at these three cards, right, you see the red at the top of the lightning bolt strike on the Eight of Wands. You see the red, right, in the eyes of this bat that hangs on the Hanged Man card. And you see the red corners, right, that encase almost the frame of the stallion. And I'm getting it as a sort of idealized state, okay? And I'm hearing reference point and I'm hearing state of mind. And it's almost like it's a photo, okay? It's almost like it's a photographic memory for a number of you, from the deep past, deep past. Okay, childhood going way back. Okay, but you've been waiting for this. This is not, I'm not feeling that this is something unexpected yet again. I feel this is expected, and the process of it is expected, okay? And you entered it in an expected way, but you are eager to see it come to its culmination. Okay, its culmination. And it's kind of like this. It's like, right, and the other analogy I'm getting is like putting so many different types of people together in one room and seeing where they align and where they differ, right? In terms of their understanding, their experiences, their perceptions, and it brings so much color to whatever the discourse is. But there's a focus on exploring the points of reference and the connections that are made between varying plot points and individuals. I'm also getting social groups. So, okay. Yet again, okay, the feeling that I'm getting is I knew going into this that my graduation day would comprise of XYZ. Okay. But I don't yet know what it's going to look like. I don't yet know. I have this vision of it. I have this excitement for it, this passion for it, right? I am charging towards it, okay? I'm on my way, perhaps, for a number of you, right? Yet again, preparative sort of energy for flight, perhaps. But, or communication, okay, I will say that. But I'm hearing it's a long time coming, and right, what holds you to it is the unknown, and yet the knowing of the strength of this passion, this I'm hearing this formidable alliance, okay, of dreams. And so it's like almost like this, the whole time that you've been away, okay, the whole time that you guys have been, let's say, separated across the world, you had this like photo, yet again I'm hearing photographic memory, this image, this emblem, okay, of where you are now, pursuing the culmination of it, right? And you're like, I'm just focusing on what I've held my gaze on metaphorically the whole entire time. So now it's becoming very real for you. You're literally, it's like you're living through the image almost. You're living through the photographic memory. Okay, now 3 of Swords upright in your deep past, 4 of Wands upright in your recent past. Okay, Sagittarius got these same 2 cards in their spread. Okay, so overlaying with Sagittarius, perhaps, absolutely. Sagittarius also pulled the Mother of Wands, 7 of Cups as well. Okay. Nonetheless, you have the 4 of Swords in reverse in your energetic pathway. Beautiful. You have the Mother of Swords in reverse in your current state. The Emperor upright is in your advice. You have Justice upright in your environment. Okay, right beneath the 10 of Cups in reverse. You have the Emperor, a pair in reverse in your near future, right next to, side by side, the Emperor. There is a pair. Okay, strong here. You also have the 7 of Cups in reverse in your hopes and or fears. You have the 6 of Pentacles in your final outcome in reverse, accompanying the energetic pathway of the Mother of Wands. All right. You have the Mother of Wands looking down at the Empress in reverse and the 7 of Cups in reverse. 2 3s for you. 2 4s for you. 3 4s for you. 3 4s, 2 3s. And 2 7s. Okay, so whatever this is, it's sequential, it's expected, absolutely, as I'm getting it for you yet again. 3 4. Now, my feeling is to just like push this 3 and this 4 off of the table almost, okay? It's like this is so far gone. Whatever this is so far gone. It's so not relevant, okay, any longer to whatever the matter is at hand now in the present. 3 of Swords upright, 4 of Wands. Yet again, it's like, right, it's like no need to even revisit that, okay? So it may have just been a parameter of the certain experience of being apart, perhaps, recognizing, perhaps it could have been legal, okay? But there's a focus on not focusing on that, right? So the 4 of Swords in reverse, in your energetic pathway, right, almost looking up at the 10 of Cups in reverse. So, in light of this culmination, in light of this focus, okay, I'm hearing on this background work, background check perhaps, There is the unhinging, okay, of our expectations of it. We realize to walk into this, we must completely release our expectations of it by way of the logical, strategic, right, rational mind. And we've got to just blow full force into it, right? To just embody the passion that we have for it. And that is our fuel, right? It's not the laying of stones step by step, place markers to know exactly where we place one hoof from the next. It's like the stallion just charges forward. The focus is not, right, on where it's stepping. The focus is on where it's arrived. And that is your focus. And you're completely embodying that. Mother of Swords in reverse, like surrendering completely. And two mothers here, Mother of Wands upright, Mother of Swords in reverse. The focus is on the action. On the action, this may be a birth for a number of you. Preparation for it, okay? Preparing the home front for it. Now, there is support. I'm getting there is support. There is a support system. There is a support system. There's a focus on you as well. I'm getting you on matters that connect you to yourself. You are being beckoned to ground, okay, to ground yourself in the ideal, okay, in the idealized, grounded, stable state that you see for yourself embodying once you arrive. So I'm getting that there's motion, movement, and then it all settles. All of the dust settles, right, from this hot pursuit. So I'm getting that there is preparation, and the best that you can do is do the best to prepare your own sort of side of the story. Okay, your own sort of side. And I'm getting this this pressure on the left hand pad of my left hand, the pad beneath my fingers on my palm, at the top of my palm. So take it as you will, but there's perhaps something about raising your hand, right? Take it as you will, and maybe legal, absolutely, court, okay, maybe coming through for you here in reference to the Justice card, right? Maybe referencing that. So there's a focus, though, on the emotional side of the story and what both parties, again, premonition, are offering to one another. Now, to bring it full circle, Empress in reverse in your near future. Two very strong mothering energies. Mother of Wands, Empress. Mother of Wands looking down at the Empress. Okay, there. Well, I will say it like this: there's a decision that's being made, and it regards clarity. Okay, the clarity, the polarity of forces coming together and synthesizing. Okay, to which point, right? You're no longer just simply two halves, but you understand how your two halves work together as one, and it all sort of becomes clear for you. And there's a focus on in tandem, not the clarity of like, this is my side of the story, this is your side of the story, but how does every sort of word in my sentence, okay, that I share with you interweave with every word of your sentence that you're sharing with me. So it's a little bit like Mad Libs, okay, the game Mad Libs. So imagine, right, the two individuals coming together and sharing their stories. I don't feel that it's like, here's my story, I'm going to tell you all of my story, right, in one shot, 3 hours of my story, only me talking. I feel like it's going to be a back and a forth a little bit, right? It's like, I'm going to say one thing. I started out by taking this ship, right? And then the next person, the next party says, me too. I took the ship actually instead of doing this, and we ended up doing that. Me three. You know, it's like something is dynamic, okay, in terms of whatever this discourse is, very much so. And it builds off of each other. It feeds, yet again, each other. So there's this very synthesizing sort of energy. Very much so. And there's a preparation to understand with greater clarity how we may work together. We may work together. and how our polar forces actually may contribute to our growth and our stability and our stamina of driving this will forward. Okay, Seven of Cups in reverse, in your hopes and or fears. There's a readiness to confront whatever the clarity is that you expect will come of this decision, of this discourse, of this looking at things head on, speaking about things head on. There's an excitement about it, and yet also, right, an eagerness, anticipation, but also I'm hearing a steadiness, a sense of caution about it, where you feel, I know what I'm going to face. I know what I'm kind of going to experience in this space, as I have expected all along. Yet again, right? This sort of focus on the long term perception of the overall, okay, experience and process, but at the same time, it kind of gives me the chills, right, so to speak. It kind of gives me this. I'm hearing bittersweet for a number of you, but this feeling of it's no longer, right, just this and just that. It's no longer me in this part of the world and them in that part of the world and us coming together as two very polar forces. It's now, right, how we coexist and how we may have coexisted all along in ways that we may not have even recognized. And that gives me the sense of excitement, yes, to achieve the clarity of that and that which I have been feeling or experiencing in different dimensions on different levels. But at the same time, right, it may transform my experience of the experience. It may, I'm hearing rekindle, but it may also reform the way that I viewed the whole process to begin with. And so what it meant for me and what it has meant for me may take greater form. It may take a different form, and there's a sense of unexpectedness with that. Okay, but there's a focus, all right, on the gradual growth, the question of, right, the focus being on doing, acting, right, moving through with it, the readiness to embody whatever comes in a way, whatever these merging of forces creates, okay, naturally, so to speak. The focus is on that, and right, it's almost like as a in the periphery, there is sort of a marker of this fusion in terms of the third dimension, in terms of the measurable progress, okay, like concrete, okay, financial, material, whatever that sort of side of the story is there, is relevant, but not focused upon, right? Not focused upon. You have the Seven of Wands upright, overlaying Judgment in reverse, and your theme overlaying the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay, overlaying the Son of Cups in reverse, who's looking over at the Tower. Okay, upright. So now, it was Sagittarius who got the Tower as well in their theme, but with different cards. So, and it was the underpinning, okay, of the cards that I focused on for them in their theme. For you, your theme is the Seven of Wands, right? So there's right judgment and justice. There's a decision, and it may absolutely be speaking to transference, translocation, okay, of the workplace, society, groups, thought groups. Okay, I'm hearing think tanks. So, and there's a focus on creativity. There's a focus on what may, I'm hearing, help me channel my creative gifts, my emotions, my passions in a way that is private, that is illuminating. And so there's a question of where that actually takes you in terms of physical location, right? So The emphasis, though, yet again, being on the revving of this engine, the building up of this fire, this anticipation and excitement, that being your guiding force, right? Not, right, making the decision with clarity of, right, yet again, right, two polar forces coming together and discussing how they are to merge. There is this, right, just this embodiment, okay, of the force that propels you, okay, to discover more, of what has been and what has, I'm hearing, not fully satisfied you, not suited you. And there's a discussion of environment. I'm hearing of our bearings, of our local bearings, and how to break out of the box, so to speak, how to exceed the boundaries, okay? As you may have seen it, as you may have felt it, or perhaps physically that of physical location, and right, it's almost like the boundaries of countries, of bodies of water, of land, mountain ranges. There's a focus on the actual boundaries, but then also, right, the seamlessness, the perforated edge, right, as I mentioned in the beginning of the reading. So whatever was perforated, right, the weaving in and out, right, the polarity is now coming into full force by way of the embodiment of both forces in equal measure simultaneously, to which point they merge, right? They don't assume the merging. They don't know exactly what's happening when the merging is happening, but they do at the same time on a very deep, fundamental, I'm hearing intrinsic value, I'm hearing on a very integral, I'm also hearing, but also instinctual level. Okay, so passion is very strong here, very, very, very strong here. And right, there's a feeling of flowing with it. There's a feeling of flowing with an emphasis on flowing with the wave, with the movement. And it seems that there's absolute transformation there in terms of how you've experienced the whole process from the past, in the current state, and into the future. It's continually being sort of interpreted, all right, in relation to the sort of past interpretation. So it's very exciting, Capricorn. Enjoy mid-August. I hope this reading was helpful for you. And please feel free to check out your rising, ascendant, or moon sign as well, as oftentimes those may provide you with further insights into your situation. For example, I know I resonate a lot with my moon sign, even more than my sun. So take it as you will. If you're compelled to watch a certain sign, then it may right, behoove you to check it out and see if there are any messages there for you, right? At the end of the day, we are all signs. We have all signs in our chart somewhere. So again, if you're compelled to watch a certain sign and you're like, well, that's not my sun sign or my moon sign, or you may have a lot of that energy somewhere in your chart, and if not, right, you still have that propensity aligned with a certain house in your chart, right? Some thing in your chart. So thank you so very much again, Capricorn, for tuning in. I hope this reading was helpful, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.